Hey everybody, I'm Jane.
And I'm Sarah.
And you're listening to the Medium Curious podcast, the show where people have their hearts full of questions and their minds full of answers.
Just like us.
Exactly.
Oh, well, at least our minds are full of something.
Yeah, well, today-ish. It's Monday. It feels kind of like I might have something for you.
Yeah, well, my mind is full of like cobwebs and fog. We had a cold this weekend, so.
Oh, friend, the worst.
Yes, I know.
I mean, when you've got 3 children in 3 different schools, or 2.
Yeah, well, it was the one elementary school this time that was the real snottykins. It's so cute. Lots of sneezes, lots of snot everywhere.
Oh, God bless you, my friend.
Yeah, I had it too. So yeah, I'm still feeling the fog stirs. Yeah.
Well, I did like your nickname that they gave you over the weekend.
Oh, okay. You're going to make me say it?
I am going to make you say it because it's so cute.
Sneeze and peas, because I pee when I sneeze. 3 9-pound babies will do it to you.
Shout out to the mamas. Y'all know. We all know. Just a different kind of technology happening down there.
Great. Here we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, we're not talking about this today. We're talking about your questions.
Your questions.
Yes. Because we didn't get to all of them in our last episode. So we have some more that we think that we have some answers to. Is that right? Well, do we have some answers?
We never promise real answers. We promise our attempts and answers that we hope are helpful. And it was super fun answering them last week. So we thought we'd do it again. Yay.
Yeah. And listeners, if you have questions you'd like us to answer, we feel like we want to do this every once in a while because we do get questions that are really cool. And a lot of times we'll be like, hey, I don't know. Jane, do you know?
Right.
Or I'm not sure, but this is my experience, which is really, truly how all of these things are. It's like, actually, this is what my experience with this is.
Yeah, that's the only offering we can really bring. But we've had lots of experiences, so maybe it's valuable. Yeah.
So,
okay.
You want to give it a go?
Yeah. So that being said, let's start with this one. So one of the listeners was asking, how do we know if a medium, so I'm thinking from the point of view of a sitter, a person getting a reading, how do you know if a medium is actually connecting with spirit versus being intuitive about your feelings and experiences?
Oh, that's such a good question.
It is.
And so much of my training, there's so much talk about like, oh, you're going psychic instead of going mediumistic.
Right.
And in the beginning, it was really uncomfortable for me to go psychic because it felt really intrusive.
You're all up in their space.
Yeah. For me, mediumistic, like if you're a sitter and you can feel the presence of your loved one and you can feel their personality coming through and the medium can connect with their emotions, the sitters or the spirit communicators' emotions.
Yeah.
That to me is real evidence that they're connecting to your loved one in spirit.
Yeah. I feel like too, as a sitter, at least for me as a sitter, everything you said, plus I might have chills or I might have some emotions come through too. When I'm with a medium who's really got my person, I mean, it's sweet if they have a connection and they're giving me some facts and figures and all that. But I feel like the real magic is when I feel like I was, there was this amazing experience when we took Lauren's class where Mary Greasy, our dear friend who we've had on the pod, had my dad. And I immediately started bawling. Like I knew she had him 3 tiny facts, but he was with her. And he was in the room, and I just started bawling and I was like, whoa, that doesn't, I get tons of readings. It doesn't happen all so often. So anyway, and that's been my experience with you too, my friend. Like you bring spirit in the room. Like they're really with you. And so that's what a medium reading should feel like. And then just kind of logistically, I often will have a reading when someone comes to me, I say, let's go to spirit first, and then we'll save psychic fun for the ending. Like, we'll do cards and we'll look at like work stuff or whatever, but let's do it after spirit has their time, their say.
Yeah. Because sitters come in for different reasons, and those sitters that want to really connect with their loved ones in spirit really need to connect with them.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes it's such a subtle transaction. Like we're just we're literally mediums in the middle. Like we're just here to help that really amazing transaction happen. And we don't even know sometimes what's happened. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, there'll be times in a reading where afterwards, you'll get feedback and be like, the way you were moving your hands is exactly what my mom used to do. Or the way you're like shaking your head and moving your shoulders is exactly what my grandma used to do. Or like certain phrases will come up that you never say. So it's little sparkles like that. Yeah, those little things thrown in to me that really make a great mediumship reading.
Totally. There's often that little zinger right at the end. Does this happen to you where spirit's about to be, they're about to step back or whatever, and they'll push through like, you were my favorite one, or some like little zinger. And then that just like knocks the sitter out.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. They're pretty dark.
That's happened to me a couple times. And they laugh. It's like an inside joke. Anything that's like inside jokes, those are so great because, it's so personal.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That's why we're always just like, hey, this just in, I have no idea. I have no context. This, I'm going to give it to you. And then they like burst into laughter or tears. And I'm always like, okay, my job is done here. Yeah. It's so good. It's so precious. It's so sacred.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had spirit come in before and it's like they want to sit in my lap.
But you allow such a thing.
I do. I totally do. And because they want to look in the screen straight at the person. And I also like get this feeling of like wanting to reach through the computer and grab the screener's face. I'll be like, I don't know why, but right now I really have this desire to reach through the screen and pinch your cheeks.
Totally.
And that will be because like grandma always pinched your cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this just happened and it was pretty cool because it was like culturally a little bit different, but I was like, she kisses your forehead. And he was like, oh no, in the Philippines, there was like a gesture to the forehead. So it was for this little American, all I could say was, she kisses your forehead. And he was so cute. He was like, I understand it, but it's like,
it's something different. Right.
Lions or I don't know exactly what it was, but it's super precious. And I was like, so anyway, but yes. And they often like spirit will like kind of commandeer my head and be like, look at her or look at him. Like they want to look at their person through me.
That's yes, absolutely. Like, and sometimes I will just be filled with the love that spirit has for their person. And I could see like a 80-year-old person on the other screen. I'd be like, you are the most adorable, beautiful person in the whole entire world. And it's just because spirit is making me look at them through those eyes. Yeah, that's why we do what we do.
This question is helping us like answer like our whole existence right now. Oh my God, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Such a good question. Thank you. That was a great tour.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So then intuitive or psychic, it just answers questions. There's less emotion attached to it, I feel like, unless it's about emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree. It's almost more like logistical or sort of like facts and figures, or I don't know. There's a way. But to go back to kind of the premise and like the heart of the question is at a certain level, you want to go to mediums that you trust. You want to trust that they're working mediumistically because they've told you and you trust them, or you got their name from someone that you trust, or there's got to be trust there. And I think that's one of the things we love about Very Soul is like, there's a way in which we've, those mediums are have been vetted. Like they have been people who have been proven to work in this manner. So anyway, hope that's all helpful. Lovely, adorable listener. We didn't like put names, so we don't know who said our big document.
Who gave us these questions.
But
Yeah.
thank you. What a beautiful question. Okay, wait, can we answer this one next? Sarah, do you ever see things that scare you or bad spirits, or do you feel them question? Because that's a tough one. Or maybe an easy one.
I don't see things that scare me. I see energy. Not all of it's bright energy, and I definitely don't have it in my field, so I don't feel scared. I keep my energy really high vibration. And I work in the highest frequency of love and light. And so that's all I'm having access to.
Yeah. It's like door number 5, you can't come in this door. Like the bad spirits aren't allowed, I guess. That's how I feel. Because you set an intention for your space. And I do the same. And I literally even tell my sitter, I'm like, P.S., like, we're not hanging out with any negative bad spirit. Like, I don't know. It's just not on my radar because I don't allow it, basically.
Yeah. And actually, this is a very complex question. For me, no. But I do want to acknowledge that people have experiences and that is true to them. Yeah. And so I don't want to gaslight anyone and say, no, there's no such thing, because if someone has experienced seeing something or feeling something that is scary to them, I believe them. I believe that they have experienced that. Yeah, so true.
Yeah, no, I love that you said it that way. Like, we're not gaslighting. It's more like, since the question was asked of us, like, do we feel it and experience it? It's mostly no, but there are times where I see, like even in my family or in myself, behaviors that don't match. Like if I'm suddenly like, not snotty in the physical way, like you were this weekend, but just acting snotty or behaving like kind of just like snark or snot or like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's out of my normal kind of like way of then I have to check my field and I just make sure that I'm alone in my bubble. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like, it's possible that there's negative spirits attached to me, but I get rid of them so fast. I'm like, get out, whatever you are, get out. I clear the house. I clear my field just when anything feels off, you know? Yep. So is it possible that that's something relatively negative that I've just like removed in a hurry? Maybe, because it didn't, like, we weren't behaving in our normal sort of loving ways. So I was like, something's off. Let's remove this energetic. And sometimes those are old ideas or static or some kind of, it's an energetic that needs to go.
That's the thing. Energy, we're talking about energy, and energy can be created by or is associated or linked to everything. So there's the energy of addiction. There's the energy of abuse. There's the energy of trauma. There's energy attached to that. And I can kind of like see that, you know what I mean? But I don't bring it into my bubble. And if I am experiencing that in my own energy system, I want to look at it compassionately and take care of it compassionately. And, do things to heal myself. There's so many things now that when you have awareness about your own energy, and I think that's worth mentioning too, like this work requires us to be aware of our own energy. Well, that's part of that.
Right. Yeah. So this is good. I'm glad we kind of stepped 3 steps back from the question, because I mean, this is something we cover off in our class, just to put in a tiny plug for the class. But this is so important and something that not all mediums are trained in, is like discernment for your own field and who you are and how you are, so that if and when you're ready to engage with someone in another time and space, when they're present and when they're not. So it's just like real clarity, like you're saying, about your own field and making sure it's clear.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think the same is true for not just energy, but like people too. You don't want any random or negative person's energy in your field.
Yeah, right. And that's a true thing that took me, man, I was well into my 50s before I realized. I was like, why do I keep hanging out with this like individual whose energetic is so negative and gossipy and whatever? And it was so not for me, but yet I kept inviting it into my day or my week, and then I had to kind of go, oh, I'm done. I'm done here. So yeah, we get domain over who we
Our own
spend our
energy.
time
Yeah.
with. Yeah,
exactly.
There's a real good chance you'll take some of that on if you're in their space.
And I just want to say, in my experience, we who are embodied, who are in these meat suits, we have so much more power than we realize. And I think just being embodied energy, we're embodied energy.
Yeah.
It makes us so much more powerful than any energy that is not embodied. And that's the whole point of being here in these bodies, in this experience of the physical. So we're not victims at all. We are powerful, energetic beings embodied in physical bodies. And so when we when we are aware of our own energetic systems, that's how we need to move through our lives, our day to day. That's how we feel good. That's how we manifest. That's how we are aware of other energy.
Yeah. And we can always call on help. You know what I mean? Like if you find yourself in a mental loop or just something stupid and having trouble in this reality, because P.S., this reality is full of trouble.
Which is on energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And, because angels are freaking rad, man. I'm just always calling on the angels. Y'all know this about me. I'm like, angels, help. Angels, fix. Who's here? Who's here? And then I'll like ask for an angel to pop into my mind, and then I'll grab the deck and I'll pull the same card and I'll be like, okay, Raphael's got me this week. That's Raphael's on my team this week. Okay, good.
Yeah. So you're hanging out with Raphael and not scary spirits.
That's right. That was great. I love that. Thank you for your. It's the right of way thing you always say, which I always love, because I think about hiking, and how you're going uphill, you get the right of way. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Or like when you're driving uphill, the person driving up has the right of way versus the person driving down. I mean, I live in a very hilly place, so
yeah, exactly. So
if you're in a body, you've got the right of way.
Right away.
Yeah. But it's also like empowerment too. Like you want to feel empowered. If you're constantly scared and terrified all the time, you're a victim and you're not feeling empowered. And so you want your energy field, you want to be grounded like to the ground in your body. You want to be plugged in to the divine above, and you want to have them meet together in your solar plexus and just grow that big, huge ball of light. And then you feel safe and secure and ready to move throughout your day and sense energy, sense loved ones' energy, connect to angels, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Go to Costco and not be bothered. I'm going to talk about Costco so much on this podcast.
Oh my God, I know, but because Costco's real. Like, you know what my teacher told me, which I thought was fascinating? She claims that there's like an energetic inside of Costco or Target or all those places. You know how when you go in there and you have 2 things on your list and you come out with 18 and you've spent $200 minimum?
Yeah.
You know how that goes? Well, that's because, according to my teacher, there's an energetic, like it's almost like been tranced into this, right? So when I'm Costco,
it works.
It works.
I'm also
really
feeding a lot of a big family, but yeah.
Yeah. No, your energetic is like, I have to feed
and I'm never
family.
going in there just for one thing.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Yeah. There's like that extra 8 things or whatever the math is for you.
I never go in with a list. I always come out with so much. Yeah.
And the number just keeps jumping up. It used to be 200. Now it's 400. But anyway, it's interesting just to kind of track it, like check in, especially when you're in like a big box store. That lighting is tricky for me. And so I always like
Yeah.
have to kind of put a little boundary protection around myself, but I also don't want to be like pushed around by the energetic of the place. Like, what did I come for? It's just like a checking in with yourself,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not blaming you, Costco. I'm just saying it's how it feels. It's possible. It's possible. Also, I love Costco. Okay.
Now that we've talked about Costco, next question.
We've answered your question with Costco. Okay. So what do you think about, speaking of Costco, do you get bombarded with energy and spirits when you're out in public? Do you ever see spirits when you're in Costco?
No.
How come?
Except for that one time.
Ooh, I want to hear that one time.
No, I think I mentioned it on here because I just was going through in my mind the readings that were coming up the next day. I was like, okay, what am I doing tomorrow? It was like in the
while
evening,
you were
and
at Costco?
it's like, okay, I got to get this on my list. Okay, and then what am I doing tomorrow? It's like, I've got a real busy life, Jane.
I'm aware.
I've got to keep it on. But then when the thought did come up, like, oh, I'm reading for this person, and then I felt the person come in. And then I told the woman in the reading, it's like, this never happens because I never have like my on signal on when I'm in Costco. And she's like, oh, that's hilarious because I shop at Costco. And like, he knows that. And it's like a thing that we would do together. And it's like, oh.
So it was like a unity point as well.
It was.
Like evidence.
But it was funny because I was like, whoa, he's like, I'm feeling him already. That's crazy because I'm not walking around open, but because I was thinking about the reading coming up, that was the opening.
Well, I think it's a good, thank you for that story. I love it. I think it's a really good question though, too, because in some of the shows, like, I mean, I watched probably every single episode of Long Island Medium because it was like in my days of like coming online as a medium and I was like, wait, what? She's at the deli and who is she talking to now? And like, as a production person, I was like, so do the producers go over to them and get the release first? You know, I'm always like super curious about the whole process, but I just want to say that at least speaking for this medium, I am off. I am in complete off. I do not have any. Like, I just don't. I
would be exhausted if I walked around open all the time. I would need like to be napping all the time.
Good night. Well, I also have the great image that one of my teachers gave of like bringing the antenna down and just like my antenna's
that's so
up.
cute.
Isn't it cute? It's like a little Martian or something. Exactly. And then I'm like, like I'm just like closed for business. My little sign is hanging like I'm closed.
Like even if I'm talking to somebody in a casual conversation and they bring up, you know, oh, you're a medium. Well, who's with me now? I'm like, I
have no idea.
I can't.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I'm not a TV medium. We're not doing this. No. And isn't it, don't you love, okay, just like total pet peeve. They're like, if so-and-so comes by, I'm like, well, they're not going to just come by. I'm like, no, no, that's not how it works, at least for me. Like I have to be like opening a door,
right? Yeah,
asking for that person to show.
Yeah.
But you know, occasionally, like at a picnic with a friend, her grandmother might show up. Like that does happen. Like if I'm like really in my heart because I'm with someone I deeply love. Like
so we're saying never, but sometimes.
Except for never. But not Costco, except the one time.
Yeah. Okay. We're just as clear as we always are.
Often are.
Yeah.
Well, I say never to like randos, but Grandma Betty, my friend Kishma's Grandma Betty can come anytime. You know, we've said that before, right? Like you have a couple spirits that you have permission. You have a little permission going. Yeah. Okay. Great question. Ooh, what about these clients' questions, Sarah? Do you want to take one of these?
Oh, how, Jane, did you know you were ready to take clients? Is that what you want me to do? Ask you?
Sure. I'll answer. It's a fun one because it's all based on kind of who you're hanging out with, right? Like, so I had a teacher that I was working with, and I can't believe we haven't gotten her on here. But she was like, I want you to practice 10 readings a week. That was her. So I was working with her in a mentorship capacity, and she was like, 10 readings a week. And I was like, how am I going to do 10 readings a week? That's a ton. Da, da, da. But what I did, of course, was I reached out to my sober crew and I was like, who wants a reading? And of course, it didn't take long for me to have 10 readings a week. And then I think it was her when she was like, I would report back on how my readings were going. And she was like, you're ready to charge. That's it. That's all it was. Yeah.
Wow.
They're just like, she told me, you're ready to charge. I was like, am I? She was like, oh, totally.
And did you feel ready?
I mean, ish. But like, I was like a little bit like orienting to her perspective because she was kind of my expert at the moment. I was like, okay. So
that's why I really appreciate what Very Soul does, because it gives the people coming for readings the confidence that they're working with vetted mediums, but it also gives the mediums confidence because when you get moved up, you know you've earned that. You know that you have been vetted. So I think there's probably a record somewhere of how many readings I did on Very Soul. First, you're practicing with people, then you're working with people who are volunteering as clients, and then you're working with donated clients. So I don't know, like hundreds of readings with feedback from those before you get moved on to the next level. So it's really good for getting confidence when you have a structure and a framework that is tracking your progress.
Yeah. Yep. So then I would kind of go back to, it's kind of like you've got to orient to yourself too, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's something we talk about here a lot, is like your inner higher self, the guides you work with, which we talked about a lot last week. There's like a way in which you need to have assurances that your nervous system can handle, because it is a different engagement. You know, if you're charging, there's a way in which, for me anyway, certainly at first and still to this day, like more nerves will come on. Like if I'm doing a donating reading at Very Soul versus doing a paid reading, I've got to feel a little more nervous because I feel like there's a performance aspect to it. Like I need to I need to do something good. But then, and this is more of what we talked about here, especially with Lauren Robertson, is like, you know, I'm really clear that not every day is the exact right day. Not every spirit is the exact right spirit to come through me. And like, there are ways in which this works where it doesn't always work perfectly. And which is why I have a refund policy.
That's right. I mean, I have it in my policy. Like if I haven't connected within 15 minutes, refund automatic, like boom, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have a, if it's day 2 and you don't feel good about it, I will refund you, because I just I feel like this is so sacred and precious. And I just want someone to feel like that was exactly what they wanted, or else I don't want them to have to pay. So I might cut this right out, but anyway.
I really appreciated what we covered in Lauren Robertson's platform perfection course that we took, which was all professional mediums.
Yeah.
And she was saying you want that exchange for your energy, for your time. You want there to be an acknowledgement of like how many hours and how much training that you have put into this craft. And also you want it to be more than like a cup of coffee. You know, you want the sitter to come and to cherish what it is that they are there for. And the way our culture works, money equals cherishing.
Attention.
Plus, you know, for mediums to be able to do this and spend so much time doing it, right? They need to be able to feed their kids.
Yeah, she's a real advocate for that. And that's something that she talked about. And maybe even both times we spoke to her, but she really stands for that, which is beautiful because I mean, especially, again, I think we go back to Very Soul. Like there's a way in which a person knows when they're professional, if they've gone through a certain program or if they've been mentored or however that comes to be true for you. Then you're engaging in that. And you just wanted to be feeling really you're in your integrity. You're clear. You know that, 9 out of 10 times you have this capacity. And if for some reason the stars don't align that day, then, you have that backup plan of stepping back and saying, I'm not the medium for you, but I know a bunch of good ones and I'm going to give you names. And that's, couple times throughout time. And they're very memorable, but anyway.
Yeah,
it's a good question.
What are some of the things you wish you knew before starting to take clients? Well, I think we kind of talked about some of those, right?
Yeah. What I wish I'd known before starting. Well, I think that kind of goes back to a lot of what, Lauren, going back to Lauren again, it's like, you just want to know that it's not always going to go perfectly, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You want to know that you have to really index to spirit world more than your client.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they're paying. But meanwhile,
it is an interesting dynamic.
We need to be listening to spirit. And I'll share a quick story. I was just on one of these amazing animal practices with Nikki Vasquez, who I just adore. And we've had her on. And we've had them on, and we've had them on. And I saw this reading take place real time where the sitter could not take most of what this person was saying. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We're like it was like a live demo. But meanwhile, after unpacking each piece of evidence, it turns out it was actually true. So it was sort of like having to turn things. So quick example, I'm just trying to think if I can flip it into another example. So it's like, let's just say hypothetically, this animal brings up strawberries, and the sitter's like, no, absolutely, animal did not like strawberries. But meanwhile, it was cute because the medium heard it, but they're frozen, and so then it turns out that there's like doggy ice cream or something. So like this particular flavor, which was not actually strawberries, did exist in frozen form. And so they had like literally offered that food item to this dog. The dog said no thanks. And then as a frozen treat, loved it. So it was just that next, there was like another beat, another piece of information required. So that's what I would say about no's is like no's are like, you just got to double click, go deeper.
Right.
Trust that your dog in this case knows what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and the level of trust that it takes for a medium when you're being told no to stick with it and be like, well, let me just go a little bit further. I always like to say, sometimes it doesn't make sense, and I will go back and see what it is that I am getting wrong.
Or what I'm missing.
I'm missing. And I will just try like different ways around that piece of information because I'm getting it for a reason. There's a reason why I'm getting that tin of cookies. Like there's a reason. It's not coming to me for no reason. And I'm obviously not making that up, but you're not taking it. So what is the reason?
Yeah.
And still sometimes they can't take it. And then like 6 months down the road, it'll be like, oh, now I know what you mean.
Yeah. And also because you often like travel into the future. You can be like, keep your eye out for a tin of cookies. This will make sense later. And that sounds kind of like a cop out. Like if you're sitting in a reading and the medium's like, just hold on to that. And it'll make sense later. You're like, oh, okay. But meanwhile, it usually does.
Well, didn't you have something like that happen recently? You had a reading by Tony Stockwell, right?
Yes.
And you were like, oh, I don't know about that. And then it dawned on you
the other day. I was like, holy cannoli.
It's like a full year later, right?
Yeah. He was like, you're going to have this whole thing. And I was like, yeah. Tony Stockwell. You're so cute, Tony Stockwell. That's what I was thinking. Oh, you're so cute. I love him. I love the way he speaks. It was fun to have him do a reading for me, but I couldn't take like several of the things like that were kind of significant. And I was like, how weird that he's so famous and awesome. And I can't take what he's saying.
But then a year later
100% like powerful. So,
wow. So there you go.
There you go.
Yep.
The magic takes a minute.
Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just hard for us for people in this culture who are so used to having things immediately. Me included.
Yeah.
You want to have it like locked down and neatly buttoned up and delivered with a bow. And it
Right.
seldomly is.
Yeah. We're used to, if we still engage with Amazon, which, we shouldn't, but same day delivery, right? Like same day delivery. Like we're just used to things being here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes a minute to unfold.
I mean, I was watching Adventures in Babysitting with my daughter the other
Oh
night.
my God, I love that movie.
The old one from 1987.
Yeah.
And the babysitter picks up the rotary, the phone with the cord. My daughter's like, what
is that?
Like they didn't used to have, like, why doesn't she just, like, Emily, you don't understand. Like there's no cell phones. Like there's pay phones. You have to make calls from pay phones. Like call, collect, landlines. Like no, there are no cell phones. Like how wild is that? These kids, they can't conceive of it.
Oh my gosh. Just think about that. Like in a couple of years, mediumship, people are going to be like, of course you're a medium. That's not weird. Like that's coming. That's like totally coming.
I mean, I feel like that already. So
I know. Yeah, mostly. Most days. Well, one thing that I think would be interesting, and I might just have to read this whole question. This is from one of our sweethearts who's in our Claire Club. And she was talking about how she was in a horse clinic where a group of 20 of us spent 2 hours chatting about life. And then we went to see a horse demo. Inside for the group chat, I had a solid bubble around me to maintain my own energy versus group energy. Yay. The transition to the barn involved a walk through the woods and fields. Arriving at horses and hanging there, I eventually found my solar plexus in chaos. Breathing deeply to calm was difficult. I attempted to ground and connect with source and one horse who seemed to want to chat, while the demo horse wouldn't take her eyes off me. Eventually, I felt like it was her solar plexus, but the time leading up to the discovery was rough. So she's looking for tips on discernment, ways to thank the feeling for the info and release so I can continue to be of service to that horse without the gripping tornado in my midsection. But she did it.
Goodness, she did it. What a star. Yeah. She totally did it. Yeah. And I think that is a case in point where we have to be so aware of our own energy systems and how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And she knew that she had been grounded. She knew that she had her energy bubble up and she was feeling that still in her solar plexus. And then it dawned on her, oh, it's this horse.
That was like staring her down.
Yeah. And communicating with her.
Right.
That's just so rad.
Epicness. Like I really don't have anything to offer other than yay, you, Tiff. Like, well done.
Yeah.
Continue to be of service without the gripping. Yeah, it's me, not me, man. It's like, no, I'm like, I love you, but I need that out of my system. I mean, I feel like she could have that conversation with the horse. Like, okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Take this out of me. And I do that with spirit, especially when they're telling me, this is how I died. And they like, will put it in my lungs or they'll put it in.
Yep.
And I'll be like, cool, copy that. And I'll take it out. Take it out. Please take it out. Not for me. But it was good. I needed the information and that horse needed to convey something, but me, not me. I want to keep me in the me and not the not me and the not me.
So this is a technique. It's called me and then not me. This is the technique that you teach. Well,
yeah. I mean, I was trained this by the energy class in Berkeley for any of y'all who happen to know. But it's so good. It's the bubble where you really just make sure that only you are in your bubble, and you can use all kinds of entertaining implements to move anything out that's not yours. It can be a vacuum or a hair dryer, anything like mentally that you come up with that you want to just move it out and just make sure you're alone in that bubble. And I always love working with color. Lately, I've been really light blue. But that changes for me. And I just check to see, am I all light blue? I'm like, right this second, I'm like, there's something in my bubble. Out. And then you immediately, like, there's the sigh, right? Like immediately feel better. Like, that's not me. Again, I don't need to know what or who or whatever it is. I just know it's not me.
You don't, and you don't need to solve it. You don't need to heal it unless you're intentionally doing a healing session. You don't need to fix anybody else's stuff.
Right.
Just be aware of what's in your bubble.
Sovereignty, baby. Sovereignty.
Yeah, it's
Energy
very
sovereignty.
important. Yep.
Okay. Well, that wasn't really a question. It was really just a like, we admire and appreciate you. Let's see. Are there any other questions that we can answer to our beautiful people? This discernment, intuitive versus monkey mind. Do you want to try to answer that one?
Oh, monkey mind versus intuition, monkey mind versus discernment. Yeah, I feel like monkey mind for me is more anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
more judgment, more needing to know, more wanting certainty. And intuition or discernment is like, it's just easy. It's calm. It's sometimes surprising, but it's never scary. I never have anxiety around it, that discernment.
You know what? That's like a cool exercise. That could be a cool exercise to play with. This person said that they've been meditating for 30 years. And then it's so cute. They said, but that's a stretch to say that's what I'm doing. But she says, or they, I'm not sure. I think I've got a good gut for making decisions. When I tell people to go with their gut, they don't know what I'm talking about. So trust our intuitive hits or guidance we get. So I love what you were just saying. I think that's so beautiful that intuition has a particular flavor. Like you said, there's calm, there's often surprise, but for me, I often will kind of feel, I literally will check, is it in my head or is it in my belly? You know, like go with your gut. There's a reason that we say that.
Yeah.
That little phrase and saying is significant. So for me, my gut feelings move slower. Whereas if it's in my mind, it goes faster. Like it's like, ba, 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 as opposed to like the knowing is like, anyway, Jane, stop drinking coffee. And I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Covered on that many times here in the podcast, but you know, it's just such a knowing. And then of course I have all this evidence to back up this knowing. And then I'm like, fine, I'll drink together. So yeah. Anything else on that? Cause it's, the exercise I was trying to pitch, which I never got to, it's like, it'd be fun to play with it. Like, okay, let me hear what my monkey mind sounds like. And then listen. And you know, like you literally like, ask yourself to show you, what does monkey mind sound like? Mind, I can't say it. Monkey mind.
Monkey
what
mind.
Does the monkey sound like? And what does my gut sound like? And yeah, for me, it's literally like a vibrational thing. It's just different.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of easy when you're doing readings because if it's in your monkey mind, like I'm just trying to clearly state how it comes. So doing readings, doing practices helps me identify where I'm getting the information from. And I always feel like when I'm hanging out in the lower half of my body, like if I'm hanging out where I'm grounded, where my feet are touching the ground, where I'm sitting down, like the lower I hang out in my body and I'm feeling that information there, that feels intuitive.
Trustworthy.
Yeah. Versus, you know, in my head, it really is like, where in my body am I sensing it?
That's cool. And that's going to be a different kind of, that's all going to be different based on your humanness, like yours.
It's true.
Because I'm like very clairvoyant.
I mean, I think a lot of this stuff, people really want the bullet points, like where the quick fixes, like give me the data. I want the hard, cold facts. So I can do it. And it's subtle. It's so subtle. It's so calm. And it is a matter of spending time with it and feeling grounded in it. And if there's like this feeling of panicky, I need that feeling of like, I want to get there. That's the monkey mind. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I do. I think there's like, it's literally like a different energy. Like monkey mind has like an arcing quality to it. Like it's grasping, it's needing something. Like it's like, as opposed to like that like you're saying, I mean, I, you know, I think I probably learned that from you to put, if like, where is it coming from in my body? Is it trustworthy? But there's also, I also get it like from deep space, but there's just like a quality of it being slower and just truer, which again is my own discernment, but that's the game, right? Each of us has to figure it out based on their own experiments. And you have the benefit of being a medium, and you've gotten like, the discernment has to be present for you in order for you to read. Like you
That's
don't
why
have a
everybody
choice.
should be a medium.
Be a medium, obviously.
It really helps you. And it's
really
just being a
does.
student of yourself, figuring out how you work, how you intuit, how you decipher energy. That's what being the fullest expression of yourself is. And I think we can end on this.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty gorge. I don't know where else we'd go after that.
Yeah. What we're here to do, be the truest true that we can be.
Aww.
Be the Janiest Jane.
That's right. And this Sarah is Sarah. It doesn't come out easily. Sarah. Okay.
Did we do it?
I think we did it. And we're darn close anyway. We can always save any question. If you submitted a question and we didn't answer it, we will definitely do it in the next time. But thank you all, beautiful souls, for bringing your beautiful questions. And thank you, beautiful Sarah, for bringing your beautiful answers in the midst of a snot storm. You're so brave. And definitely hit us up with questions and check us out on mediumcurious.com, because we have that new course that you should definitely try it out. So we have a new price for that because Claire Club isn't running right now. I mean, Claire Club is running right now. So we have another Claire Club in the future, but we have a new price for the course, which is $111, and you can have 8 little sections of us talking to you about all this cool stuff that we touched on, some of it today.
All right.
She's like, are you done?
I got to go change that. Change the website.
No. Oh, yeah, you do. And I got to change the link. But anyway, okay, beauties. Well, we love y'all, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
Very Soul is our sponsor for Medium Curious. Jane and I are both Very Soul mediums.
Oh, yes, we are. Verysoul.com, y'all. Inspired by spirit, guided by love, and brought to life by mediums.